Hey guys, what's going on? So this is the very first installment of what we're gonna call the $7 moment. And what it basically means is the time in your life where you were faced with such adversity, such challenges, and you felt like you had hit rock bottom and you felt like there was no place else to go but rise back up again. How did you do it? Because we've all been there. We've all been through hard times, and we know what it's like to get our ass kicked and get knocked down, but we also know what it's like to come back up again. So here's my $7 moment. My $7 moment came when I was playing in the CFL for the Canadian Football League for the Calgary Stampeders. I had played football since I was 16 years old. I played in high school, and then I went on to University of Miami on a full scholarship. I played with the greatest college football teams of all time, where we were changing the game. So we all had one goal in mind, and that goal was to make it to the NFL. That never happened for me. I became injured my senior year. I had a dismal senior season. I never made it to the NFL. Instead, I was offered a CFL contract. It was a practice squad contract that paid me probably, I think, somewhere between $250 to $300 a week, Canadian. I was still so fired up and I was still so motivated to make it. And I always felt then like if I can use this as a platform to get better, and then maybe the NFL scouts would look at me and give me an opportunity. I went up there with a focused goal in mind to make it. And I just did not make the team. And got called into Wally Bono's office and he said, "Hey man, we're gonna let you go." He said, "We appreciate everything you've done." And he goes, "But hey, I wanna see you back here. Hopefully you'll come back next season and try out for the team again. We love everything about you, your work ethic, but it's just not cutting it this year. And it's just business." And as disappointed as I was, I gave my playbook back, gave him a big handshake. I thanked him for the opportunity. When you get cut, you've worked for years and years to get to this point. You've dreamed about it. You've dreamed that you were gonna make money. You've dreamed that you were gonna buy your parents a house. You dreamed that you were gonna buy your first car. You dreamed that you were just gonna just not be poor anymore. And I was so broke that I couldn't even afford a cab to the airport. Kenny Walker, he was one of my mentors up there. I called him and I said, "Hey, can you take me to the airport? I don't have any money." And he's like, "Yeah, I got you, no problem." He drove me to the airport, and then it started to hit me. What am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? What's happening? Then I realized that I didn't have anywhere to go, so I had to call my dad and my mom, who had a small apartment in Tampa, Florida. And I told my dad, I said, "Hey Dad," I said, "can you come and get me?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, I just got cut from the CFL. Can you come and get me?" He goes, "Where are you?" I said, "In Miami." So he drove down from Tampa. He said, "I'll be there." And it was late at night and he came to get me, and I'll never forget it. I was driving back with my dad. He had a little red pickup truck. And again, it was the longest drive from Miami to Tampa. I'm 23, 24 years old, and I was ready to tackle the world after 4 years of college. And I'm sitting in my dad's truck, moving back in with him. And so I thought at that time, let me just check my wallet and let me just see how much money I got. I have no idea so I pull out my wallet and I start looking through it, and I had a 5, a 1, and some change. And I thought, ain't this a bitch? I got $7 in my pocket. I literally have $7 in my pocket, and I got nothing else. So then I remember being in my parents' apartment at that time, and I was completely depressed every single day. And now I'm sitting at home, and I got nothing to do. My phone's not ringing. A lot of my friends who I played with at University of Miami are now millionaires. They're playing in the NFL, and I got jack shit. And I just stayed at home all day, and I'll never forget it. I did 2 things. The O.J. Simpson trial was going on at that time. That was on TV the whole time. And I took a bottle of 409, the cleaner, and I cleaned every single scuff mark I could see in their little apartment. I don't know why I cleaned it, by the way. I don't know what it meant. I don't know what psychologically it meant, but I just knew I just had to clean. Maybe I don't know, maybe it was the only thing I could control at that time. I went through about 2 weeks of that. And then I realized that there was something else for me. The world was gonna hear from me. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I did know my life wasn't just sitting around in this apartment cleaning scuff marks and being depressed. So I started turning my life around, and I started training again, going to the gym, and then I made the decision to call Wally Buono my coach up in the CFL, and I said, man, I thank you for everything. I appreciate you so much, but I'm gonna end this chapter in my life of football. And then I thought, I'm gonna become a professional wrestler. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna train. I don't know if I have anything to offer to the world of professional wrestling, let alone WWE. That was such a long shot in my head. I feel like in my blood and in my DNA, I'm gonna give this a shot. And I became ultra focused, I started training, and the rest, as we say, is history, and that is my $7 moment. That's why everything in my life is called $7. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me tell you my $7 moment. Share your $7 moment with me, but then also let me know who you want out there to share their $7 moment with me, and then with you too. I got some pretty cool buddies who are gonna share their $7 stories. So keep subscribing to the YouTube channel. We appreciate you. And $7. Here we go.